Hey there, we got Mercury, protection, Libra, false, self-inventory, and appreciated. Give a little time to me, figuring out, turn this around. Courageous, Thetis, listen to fear, and ritual. The song Give Me Love by Ed Sheeran is in my head. It's been in my head for a couple days though. What's this message about? I thought since I'm going to be in a position to upload a file, I would do a video. And abuse of authority. Rejected. Transcending. The mirror and forgiveness. So, is there someone in your life that has been showing you the wounds that you have with father? Father's abuse of authority. Father's rejecting of you. It's being activated in you and you're having to come into balance because whatever way that you chose to cope, it's ready to, you're ready to let go of that and see the truth of the matter. Whereas father should have been protecting you, maybe at times you felt you needed protection from a father or father figure. Someone that was in your life because of the relationship you had with your father or your father themselves. All right, so you got to see what you feel, what you want to put on someone else. It's like that person is the problem. That person's make me feel this. And it's like, okay, so turn that right back around and be like, okay, so how am I the same thing that I was pointing at them for? How do I feel? How do I do that same thing? Or how is that relevant for me? And acknowledge, validate why it's true, accept that it's true, be present with the feelings about it. There's some sort of feeling of, well, it's going to be pain, right? Whatever it felt like when you were rejected, whatever it felt like when the authority was over you was being abused or abusive. You're just being asked to focus on this right now and heal it. And you might elicit the help of a shaman. Something under my fingernail. You know how I hate that. Or when shaman comes out, I often reference soul retrieval. I all of a sudden get the feeling that, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I all of a sudden get the feeling like, I'm going to abandon this message. I'm not even going to post this. I don't even want to talk about this. That's the feeling that you probably have about this topic. You would put this off, and it's not to be put off right now, okay? That's why you watch this. There's a part of you that needs your care. You need to caretake yourself through something, and it doesn't feel that important. It feels like, I could take it or leave it, or I don't have to take this seriously, or be courageous. Why is this so important right now? Spirit, why is this so important? I feel really hungry. I wonder if that's part of it. Driven. First quarter moon, driven. Settle energy. Because something that you want is being affected by this. Because you have what you need to take care of this right now. And this has been affecting you for more than 10 years, and it has to do with staying in line with your integrity, living your values, and enjoying life, and being comfortable in who you are. Okay? All those things are being affected. And that feeling of like, I don't even want to deal with this. This isn't important. I'm so sick of, being told I got to deal with this, or getting this message is what I felt. Like I felt, I don't want to. It was just, I was this close to like abandoning it. So I want to say that's what you're experiencing, and like it's kind of saying like, hey, come on, you got this. You know? Honor your process. Honor all the stuff that you're experiencing and the perspective that you've had and the emotions that you've had. So even if someone else has told you a story about how you shouldn't feel that way, you should let it go or whatever, it's like, no, there's actually something to be honored here in the process of you being with yourself through the experience. You've lost a part of yourself due to the way you've coped with this. So you are actually getting that part of yourself back. There's another point of view that you cannot see because of the stance you've taken on the topic. And it's causing tension for you in your relationships. Anything else? And it's potent right now. Right now you're being given the energy and what you need. This could have caused a rivalry between you and a brother or someone that you love very much. Friends. 3 to 4 years is relevant. 180 days is relevant. So it might be different time periods for different people. You need to validate how you feel instead of suppressing, denying, ignoring, explaining away, you know? However, I feel like I want to say child version of you felt when it initially was happening. That part of you needs your love. That part of you needs recognition, validation, you know? When it comes to our parents, some of us don't want to be unappreciative. Yes, yes, yes. Oh gosh, yes. Okay, I'm being brought to that program of parents saying to their kids, you should appreciate what I do for you. I go to work, I provide food on this table, I put shelter over you. You need to appreciate what I do for you. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, so when we grow up that way, that seems normal to us and right and appropriate, right? That we should be appreciating what people do for us. When you look at the fact that this was your parent, and that's the least that they could do. That's what their role is in your life. And they need to do that whether you recognize what that is or not. And chances are, if they weren't telling you you had to, you would eventually grow to anyway. But because you're doing it because you've been told to do it, you missed something natural that would have occurred if that wasn't your program. You see? So I feel like when I get into this, when you hear this, part of why you might want to dismiss it is you might want to say, I had a great relationship with my father. Nothing's wrong there. I felt respected and I wasn't rejected. It's like, no, you had to reject a certain part of you, a perspective you had, or a feeling that you had about how you're being treated. It's like, eat all your vegetables. You need to appreciate that you have food on the table. Well, meanwhile, there's a little child version of you who really, really, really does not like the taste of peas and feels like you're gagging if you have to eat them. And like, here's your parent saying, like, in order to live in this house and be accepted by me and not be punished, then you need to eat that thing that you don't like, that your body is saying no. So you had to like ignore a part of you, and you might not think this is a big deal, but this is a big deal to that part of you in that moment who had that experience, who has now been suppressed and denied and just needs the light of day and just needs to know that they're lovable even though they don't like peas. As an example. Yeah, this is a case where you don't want to disrespect the parents, or the father in particular. You don't want to disrespect because you feel, well, first of all, you don't want to act like you're a victim. You don't want to put blame on someone. You do overall appreciate, And it's like, yes, you do all those things, and that is all nice, but you cannot do it at the expense of a part of you that didn't have that picture that you have now, that just had the picture of being forced to do something in order to be acceptable. So I feel like this might be a program around being told to appreciate the father or what you have or something like that. Whereas, yeah, on one level it's true that you do appreciate it, and you might even come back around to that, but you have to honor this part of you first before it's authentic. It's not authentic. You're doing it as a program, I'm in the box, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Let it be the natural expression of you, who you are, when you have honored all the parts of you. Because that part is joining the parts of you that have the bigger picture view, that see, oh yeah, my dad was just doing what was done to him. He didn't realize that forcing me to eat peas was making me gag and hate life. So I'm being a little bit flippant with my example, but something about this also, I feel like I'm in a hurry. I feel like I want to get this over with. Tell me about that. I feel like I have better things to do. Yeah. So I really feel like this part of you is causing so much issues in your life, and you do not know it. You wouldn't attribute the issues in your life to this part of you because you don't think it's important. You think there are better things to pay attention to, and you just think that part of you didn't know any better. Well, that doesn't make them wrong, and they still need to be honored. That part of you matters, and they need to know it. Give justice to that part of you. Be present with, observe what it felt like to be in situations like that, where you're being told to appreciate what you have, and then go into those feelings. It's like, well, if you were being told that, then you must have been doing something that elicited that message to be told to you. So what was that? Because in the moment where you were told, you were actually being expected to abandon a whole part of yourself in order to comply to what was expected of you. And this is why when we talk about stepping into fair relating and ending the relational paradigm that we had come from, we're talking about not having expectations of people, not being attached to the outcome, honoring each other, letting ourselves be sovereign. Like, we're not taking it personal when someone doesn't like the thing that we like, or doesn't like the thing that we cooked. You know, these are not, our ego, identity, and value is not tied into these things, right? Has Father passed along the message that you must be appreciated in order to be valuable? And then do you lose all your value within yourself when you're not being appreciated? And that's dangerous. That's why it's important to be sovereign and to value yourself and to know your worth. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and love them all. Like, love yourself through all of it. All right. I'm going to tie that up now. We'll keep this nice and short. Have a great day.